Everyone loves a good laid-back show associated with good tea and awesome conversations. It is going to be a breath of fresh air as we discuss everything and anything. Welcome to my junkyard, a hub of random, honest conversation with amazing personalities. Catch us every Wednesday on my YouTube channel. I think this is where you give this video a thumbs and subscribe. It is going to be a vibe with your number one high priestess. Yeah!
Who dey? Stop playing.
Speak up, they say on social media. But what is that price you're willing to pay not to get judged by everybody and just anybody? So today, ladies and gentlemen, on this fabulous episode, I have here with me a woman of caliber, a woman that says it all without missing any word. I am talking about none other than the baddest movie producer and actress, Etinosa, with the letter capital E.
That's what's up.
Welcome to Junkyard.
Thanks for
You
having
look good, by the way. Your purple is purple.
Thank you. You look amazing yourself.
Thank you very much. So how have you been?
Very well. You've done good.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been?
Yeah, I've been fine. So today on Junkyard, I have some disturbing topics I would like us to talk about. It's just this domestic violence thing. Like, it is so crazy. It is becoming rampant. So do you think domestic violence has become more rampant in this modern age? Do you think that the people that are getting married now have higher rates of domestic violence than our parents?
Well, I don't think so. Although I don't live with these people, but I feel like it only seems like it's more now because of social media.
Okay.
Because now with the help of social media, we can see what's going on in another city, in another, another person's house.
Yeah.
But in the time of our parents, there was no social media. It was just maybe you and your neighbor, or you and your in-law, or your family members talking about it. So a young child, for example, who they have shielded it from, will say, "Oh, my house is a peaceful house." If you are lucky not to have your parents fighting in front of you, or you say, "Oh, everybody is living in peace," because you're not hearing about it. So the fact that you are not hearing about it does not mean that it does not exist. Okay. So I feel like domestic violence has been from time immemorial.
Ooh. Okay, so do you think social media is the problem?
No, not at all. A lot of people would like to blame social media. They want to shift responsibility. You hear some very ignorant people, sorry to say, I'm not sorry. You hear some very ignorant people saying, all these girls, they are on social media, they are forming woke generation. So we have to tame them, we have to break their wings. And you're just having useless mindsets that are affecting your own home.
Okay.
For me, social media doesn't cause any problem in homes. It only amplifies, only shows what's happening. And a lot of people have used social media to get help.
Okay.
So, although there are different, social media may trigger a cause of domestic violence.
Okay.
What do I mean? So, domestic violence can be caused by several things, which include perception, how the husband or the wife, because wife, they beat husband these days. So I'm not attacking any gender. So how husband or wife sees their partner. For example, you don't get how you get or temper rich, where soldier will vex you, you slap soldier.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
You will still hold yourself. You will have self-control. Why? Because of the way you see that soldier. But when you get home, you have become animal. Your own mate talks to you outside, you cannot do anything. In fact, your female colleague will talk to you, berate you, probably insult you, annoy you at the office. But you cannot hit that person because of the way you look at the person, respect you have for that person. But when you get home, because you look at your wife, not every man, but most of the men who practice this domestic violence of the thing, because you don't see her finish. You don't have regard for her. You look at her like a slave. You look at her like a second-class citizen in your family. You look at her in terrible ways, such that half of the annoyance that a colleague would do, if your wife does it, you begin to beat her up. Now, how does that relate to social media? Because a man may see his wife as inferior, when she begins to maybe learn how to demand respect from social media, learn how to set her standards from social media, because of his perception of that woman, you're not supposed to have rights. How can you tell me to respect you? Who are you? I am your Lord. I'm your Lord and Savior. So how dare you ask me for respect? How dare you ask me for accountability? I'll come home by this time. You have the audacity to ask me where I'm coming from. I will tell you one, you will tell me two. So slap the stats. You get. So if you must blame social media for anything, I think that's the only thing I can say. But it's not even a bad thing, because why shouldn't a woman have standards? Why shouldn't a woman have esteem? You get. So I must commend social media for showing our girls that they deserve better. They can be better. They don't necessarily have to be slaves or be second-class citizens to their husbands. There was one guy, in fact, not just one, different people on Twitter and other apps where they were saying a wife is not a member of your family. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I saw
thing.
it. I saw it. Yes.
I thank God I've given my life to Christ. If it was, when I used to insult people, when I was in the world, I would have replied that person, oh, your wife is not your family member. It's just you, your children, your mother, and your father.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the perception. That's the mindset that man is going to take into a marriage. I'm sorry for who married that man. And the painful part is he's not the only person who thinks that way about a wife.
Yes.
Some people will marry a homely, slave-looking or behaving girl that they probably don't even like.
Yes.
And begin to cheat with the real one that they really like. But maybe that one will not be wife material. Sometimes when you ask yourself, what does a Nigerian man mean by wife material? Please, that's a topic for another day. Now, who's having suffer past in this country be strong woman. And it's not supposed to be so. So if social media is teaching the women that you can be better, you are part of that family. A woman will leave her father, her mother, her family name, everything.
And be with you.
And yes, adopt your name, your family, everything. She's doing all she can to be included.
Yes.
And then you and your family probably just have that mindset that this one outside down, this one outside down. Anything happen, in case of anything, in case now you want to make that thing happen, and because of that, you begin to mistreat that person. It's the way you see someone that you address the person. So it's not social media cause anything. We all have to work on ourselves when it comes to domestic violence, self-control, and the works.
Yeah. So are you trying to say now that, or should I say, I feel personally that bringing issues to social media do not help. So do you think it's helped? Because I feel it actually does more harm than good, because the whole world now sees and hear your family problems.
Yeah, so not be smart, you just carry your matter outside.
Yes.
So personally, I wouldn't advise anyone to take their issues to social media. But okay, so let me say it this way. If you can help yourself, like maybe by living or maybe therapy or some kind of family intervention for you and your husband, if that can work, maybe your pastor, you don't need to announce it.
Okay.
For me, announcing something like that is when there's a life-threatening situation. My personal experience, there was a time I cried out, I beg go, there's an oppressor in my life, you guys help me. And that was genuinely because I didn't know what to do. I didn't have anybody to run to at that time. So social media was my best outlet, my best way to get help. And I got tremendous help from different angles. So social media is really good. But the people don't forget. They will judge your eternity. People that are not even there, they will form the story better than you who is even inside the story. So it's just advisable not to announce it. If you can,
manage the
agencies to go, the church to manage the situation. Yes. It's never the best to announce anything.
Okay, sometimes I have also seen or heard stories where some women will come online to drag their husband, drag the living daylight out of him, and at the end they will reconcile. Do you think that man would, I don't know how to
That is drag him in terms of domestic violence or just marital issues.
Maybe domestic violence. And then they will now reconcile. Like she will go back to that home. After you've come out to cry that this man is beating me.
Online in-laws don't fight for you, finish.
Yes. You now reconcile. Is that really a nice idea?
First of all, let me speak for the online in-laws. On behalf of the online in-laws. It is very painful. After fighting for you, emotionally, physically, spiritually, you now go. And what they used to do, they will not do video. They'll come, they feed each other. We will fight for them now.
You come like the bad person.
Say, we are in love. Baby, tell them Baby, haters, please stay out of my business.
I'm telling you.
You'll be like, see this woman that was crying with wound, injury everywhere. You know, naturally, it will discourage anyone from helping somebody like that again. But I want to appeal to the audience, to the world. Never stop helping. Even if, the person will still go back, just help. Because you don't know when you're going to be saving a life. Don't be discouraged. It's very annoying, after you have done everything, you now look stupid. But you might be saving someone. And again, Stockholm Syndrome. The love that some ladies have for their abusers.
Yes, about that.
It's psychological.
Yeah. Why is it that women are more attracted to men that abuse them, like toxic men? Why?
That question, I cannot even answer it. But I don't know whether it's mental problem that women just have, all of us. I don't understand.
Like, it's crazy.
I don't know. I don't think it is the violence that makes them attracted per se. I feel like the love they already had before the violence makes them go back. And then you begin to hear motivational speakers. Motivational speakers, avoid me. You begin to hear them saying things like, no man is perfect. And then vice versa. Remember, I'm not attacking one gender. So for the women too, they say, no woman is perfect. Don't take your wife. People should come. So now they start to advise you all these things. When online in-laws are fighting for you to save your life, there are some family members, maybe some other church members, some in-laws that are female in-laws that are suffering in their own husband's house. Because this is my own personal experience, I'm even telling you. The woman, me and the woman, will they compare misery. So she will not be telling me, okay, your husband who did this one.
Your own good.
Your own good. So this is what my husband used to do to me. You see, marriage, you have to endure. It's true, you have to endure. But also prioritize your safety. No go die, say you want to endure. Do you get? So, because even Jesus, when he died, 3 days, he still wake up.
I'm telling you.
So I beg, go prioritize your life and your safety and for your children. Because person where by now, who will take care of your children? No one can take care of children as much as you would.
Yes, definitely.
So I don't even blame the people that go bad because some advice and one we still go behind and we telling them, are you sure you want to arrest your husband?
That kind of thing.
We don't do that in this family.
They forbid.
We forbid. How woman will arrest your husband? Just settle. Don't worry. Marriage is forever. A wise woman builds her home. Oh God, you don't know how those things annoy me. A wise woman builds her home. Wise man, they don't get the one where wise man they do for inside.
Wise man not they build home.
I tell you, another one person they build. This and that and then the woman, innocent woman, she wants to be a wife. They will not even tell you, this is my personal experience. So they will not tell you that if you leave the house now, do you know that you become wayward? Wow. You will become promiscuous. There is no woman that left her husband's house that ever amounted to anything in life. They will so manipulate you. Different kinds of people, advisors everywhere, that are not interested in your life.
Yeah. So you keep saying personal experience. Were you a victim of domestic violence?
By the grace of God, I would like to call myself a victor.
A survivor.
A survivor. Yes, victimization is not our portion. So, by the grace of God, because they say anything that happens in your life is God that planned it.
Yes.
But I don't know why you planned this particular thing, but it's okay. I'm not angry. According to God's plan, I suffer. It's a very long story, but so when I see cases like that, I just have flashes, and even sometimes when I'm acting a role where my husband has to choke me or more. The director, after the cut, the director will first use another 1 hour to calm me down because it takes me back to those really graphic experiences. I mean, I won't deny the fact that I am scarred.
Yes.
I'm still trying to heal. I mean, it's been 8 years,
Okay.
but I'm still wait. Oh, you don't reach 10 years, oh. EJ, oh. It's 10 years already.
Wow.
Oh. So it's still kind of fresh. It's still
Yeah, so how was it? How is it? How was it? What happened?
How was it?
Yeah, how was it? Because
So it's very should I say thought provoking, very mind boggling when someone you love and someone that loves you, someone who vowed in front of 1,000 men and in front of God to take care of you, protect you and everything, and you begin to get, the hatred vibes, the violence,
just out of the blues.
I won't say out of the blues. I'll say it kind of grew. I want to blame it a bit on unrealistic expectations for marriage, because the way we were when we were dating and how things became in the marriage time, they were just two different things. So I don't know if he had his own idea. You know how people say, when I get married, I'll start going to church. When I get to SS3, I'll start reading my book. This new semester, I'll start reading. So maybe he had the plan like, once I get married, I'll be serious. I will not be taking nonsense. Okay. Because normal person, when we're dating, I'll play with you, we'll vibe. Next thing, we're inside my house. You're not telling me that me and you, we cannot sit down on the same couch. That you are my Lord. In fact, I should not be calling you baby. I should be calling you Lord. So many, is it culture shock they call it? So many things that I wasn't prepared for. I didn't even know. And then some other stuff like, okay, a man and the wife are not living in the same city. Long distance, not long distance, small distance relationship. Sometimes it might cause insecurities, doubts.
Definitely.
Person go day one place, the mind go dey shake. Hey, they don't carry my wife. But
they don't carry my wife. I thought it was supposed to be the other way around. Like the woman was supposed to be the one say you they cheat, you they carry a woman. Yes, it's supposed to. I've never heard where a married woman is now the one. It's supposed to be the woman scared that my husband, another woman, would don't carry him.
They don't born me where to start to check phone. They don't born me where. The day that I saw something inside phone, now me beg. Like when people do these things in skits, when people watch this thing, it just looks funny, but it's reality. Like, normal, normal Nigerian man, if they catch you for something, you beg, you say sorry.
Yeah.
They say, I will just replace you now. I think you have already seen your replacement.
That was toxic.
And then you want a wise woman build at home, you come to say, sorry.
Yeah.
I will not try it again.
Because if the thing come out now, you they go ask, say, wait till you find, go demand phone.
The woman is always to blame in everything.
Yes, I understand.
That needs to stop, man. It's well, sister.
So that was how that really happened.
There were several episodes, and there were times where I would even say, you know what, today, no quarrel. No, if we talk one, I will keep quiet, because me I have bad mouth. I won't even lie. I get better bad mouth. So I not say, this time around, I did fasting, I did prayer, nothing I not do. This time
to save this marriage.
Around, yes, I will just keep quiet, I will be avoiding him, so that problem will not come. Now he will still carry a problem and come. Hey, you're for me quiet. You think I don't know you? You're for me, come here. I don't know. I can't understand. I still find it difficult to understand how love turned to hate. If you say make I explain now, I cannot explain it. All I know is things were just changing and changing. Although eventually, after the whole divorce process, we had a long talk. We were trying to, keep communication and be friends and forgive. I've given my life to Christ. I later take the life back, Sha. So forgive some kind of service where you go church. They will not preach forgiveness.
Yes.
Your mind will not be touching you.
Yes.
Want to be forming. Let's get closure. Let's talk about what happened in the past. So it kind of explained that there were like external forces, like maybe people advising him, telling that, you just be fine woman for there like that. All those kind of talk. Your wife they go club. Because before he would select the dress away.
Yes.
I was sending pictures. Which one should I wear? I beg, I want to look hot among everybody. So we had we're very good friends. I don't understand. Everything just, well.
So, and then you came out on social media, and social media actually helped you go through it.
So I left on my own. Like, I saved myself alone.
Yes.
So the social media time was him coming back to say, "Oh, I should make a video." Who did that thing recently?
Video.
What happened recently? The Alex Fancy case, for example.
Yes, sure.
She said allegedly that they planned to write that he's innocent, nothing happened, and then she took all the blame.
Yes.
So as I was reading all those things from the blogs, I was like, "Oh my God, this is my now." So me for just.
So he asked you to make a video.
Yeah, he came back that I should make a video saying that everything I said about him, because it wasn't like widespread news, but people knew, our mutual friends, family, some of his colleagues, and so it's like I should make a video and say that all those things are lies. He never touched me, he never did anything to me. That I just was spoiling his name because I was bitter about the marriage.
That's bad.
That did not work. My sister nearly did it. I don't understand how the love was not catching me, because prior to the time he made the request, that was when they were doing all those closure.
Yes.
Because he used God enter me like, I give my life to Christ. I want us to be friends. Checking on me. If I post picture, you will comment.
Yes.
All those kind. So I feel like this person has really changed, though. Hey.
So that was bad for him to want you to make a video just to paint himself good, and that was like trying to use you.
And forever and ever, that video will remain in life, and I will be a
yes.
In fact, with that video, they can even take me to court. They can arrest
because
me
you've admitted that you just did
false
it.
Allegation, these things. I nearly enter the trap with them set for me.
Yeah. Okay. Well. That was terrible. I'm sorry you had to go through all that. And then again, I usually hear that most people that come online to like drag their spouse, they are using it to chase clout.
Well, that's not a nice thing to say. Again, I'm not with those people, so I don't know their intentions. Because there might be some people that are chasing clout.
True.
So since we can't tell the difference, I would just say it's good to help everyone. Do what you can do. Yeah. And then I wanted to say something. There's some people that will say, speak up, speak out. Not everybody get your interest about it.
They want you speak out. Some people
they find contact. So just try know how you are doing your speak out. And if someone speaks out, please, if you can help, if you're in a position to help, also help. Not everything clout chaser. It hurts me sometimes when a woman comes out for something, and the majority of the comments
are women. Yes.
You're like, hey, clout chaser, that man is a very good man. He's taking care of you. You are the one that is wayward. Wow,
because she came out.
I didn't know that you know us so well. Tell me more about him. Do you get?
Yes.
People just be so nasty and violent. I'm wondering why. You don't even know this person. Why are you so heartless? Anyways, cloud chasing. Sometimes it might be a real life-threatening situation.
Yes.
So please, let's do good as much as we can.
Okay, so what do you advise a woman that is actually going through a serious domestic violence? She should just bear it, or walk out of the marriage, or come online to come and tell everybody? What do you advise?
Advice on the one my base. Don't mean that advice you. Don't go and quote me tomorrow to your family meeting that there's no that I should pack my things and go. Stay there. You understand me? My advice for you is that you stay there. A wise man build a home. You understand me? You must love him. You must kneel down, ask him, baby, what's going on? Where am I going wrong? Let me, So that's what a virtuous, strong woman.
Virtuous woman.
Just remain there. Don't go anywhere. Don't look for help. Don't save your life. Okay, so that is sarcasm.
Yeah, but then myself personally, I feel there should be, I don't know how to call it, an agency that arrests and flog this kind of men?
There are, at least for one, I know there's NAPTIP.
NAPTIP.
Yes, because they helped
NAPTIP.
me at some point. I beg, if you say, let me say the meaning of NAPTIP. I can't remember.
I'm not going to risk
as a general protection of child is NAPTIP. Check it online.
Yes.
So that's, at least I know that agency. They really help women against violence and even human trafficking and all that.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So it's in Nigeria here.
Yes.
NAPTIP.
Yes.
So I don't know why women are still sitting in India. Honestly, I didn't know there was something like this.
A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, so there's NAPTIP where you can go report your husband if he's beating you too much, or your wife if your wife is beating you.
Yes, your wife too might be beating you.
Yeah, I heard wives also beat women. Like, it's strange. How?
I heard it too, but I have not used my eye to see.
To see.
No man is coming out to admit that his wife is beating them. Oh God, there's no shame in the matter. Oh, come and let's help you. So I heard it all. And then apart from the physical abuse, some women are also abusive verbally, emotionally, sexually,
financially.
How can you starve your husband of kuntus for 2 weeks? But that was the problem. Open that thing. What do you mean?
But it's not just
that's abuse.
It is not just the women. I feel even this abuse, though. Thank you for saying that. Because when people hear abuse, they think it's till they slap you or till they start beating you. That's abuse. There's actually an emotional abuse. You come home, you greet your husband, go answer you. You go cook food, go chop. You go wear clothes, they look you like shit. That one is
self-esteem.
I'm telling you. You ask him what is going on, he says nothing. You ask him what is the problem. He goes out in the morning, come back at night. That one is even terrible. And me, I'm not married. I'm not married. I just want to advise the married ones. Come on. If you're experiencing an emotional abuse, physical abuse, financial abuse.
That's that one they ring now. I was hearing financial abuse. You explain that financial abuse. What does it really mean?
Financial abuse.
Because I don't understand what she was saying.
Yeah, I will make it clear to you. So, of which is not funny. Financial abuse is not funny. Well, allegedly, we don't know the story, but then
the definition generally, away from what Sophia was talking about.
Financial abuse is when you're married, or even if you're not married, let's say you have a child for the person, or even when you are married. In fact, a lot of women go through financial abuse in their home. You have kids for this man. He does not bring money for school fees. He does not bring money for the children to feed. He does not even drop food money in the house.
Okay,
you get that is financial abuse. Because you ask, this pikin never pays school fees. I not get money. But you go get money, go take sit down for beer parlor. You go get money, go take carry woman.
Because maybe him and the wife are quarreling. So he now takes it out on the child.
Sometimes they don't quarrel.
It's not just interesting.
Yes. Sometimes they don't quarrel. Sometimes it is just... They see it as a waste. They see it as a waste. So they rather go spend it outside on drinks or on other women or on cars or on at the builders. I want to buy one motor. I want to do this one. With that, financial abuse has started. The woman will be in suffering when the man actually has money. So it is not funny. Financial abuse. Money abuse. No, money abuse is
for this economy.
Yeah,
this economy
it's not nice at all.
Nice.
All right, so tell me, where do you see yourself like in the next 5 years from now?
I have my goals. I have projects to do, and a lot of other things. As an Idon, I must not let anybody know my next move.
That kind of thing. That kind of
thing.
thing.
I will stop now.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So what's your life advice to married women, to young girls, to newly wedded couple? What's your life advice to them in case they start noticing any red flag?
Okay, first, generally, to both the man and the woman, please, your husband, your wife, is not your competitor. You're not in any competition. You are supposed to complement and love each other. Your wife or your husband is not your enemy. He's not an outsider. You are family. You are one, whether you know it or not. So please, I think we should try and get the right idea about marriage, the right mentality about who our partner is to us, so we can treat them better, both man to woman and woman to man. Then, if your husband or your wife is abusing you in any form, affecting your self-esteem, affecting your mental health, if you can stay and fix it, attempt to please do so. Talk to your spiritual fathers, your family, try to make it work. Talk to your partner, But if you see that it's getting serious, if you see that it's getting to a life-threatening stage, please prioritize your life. And I think in conclusion, everyone should be financially empowered in one way or the other. Yes, I know it's going to be very difficult. Maybe you're a housewife or a man that has not worked for some years. You only depend on your partner. So because your partner knows this, anytime he or she feels like he can just leave you stranded, and then you are miserable. Small, little by little, try to find something doing so that you can be a bit independent. In fact, please be independent before you get married. I think that's what I should have said. Yes. Both man and woman have something doing. So that man no go call woman gold digger. And woman no go call man stingy. Everybody does have something. They call it vex money. At least the day when your husband lock up, you still have something.
Yes.
The day when your wife say, I not bring money to the house, you will still have. Let everybody just develop themselves. Self-development. Don't rush into marriage. Develop yourself first. Know each other. Be friends genuinely. Ask for expectations. Ask, what is marriage like to you? What is a husband like to you? Can you do this? Ask yourselves really difficult questions so that you will know whether the woman or the man you are marrying has sense or is aligning with you, your values, because we're all different. We all have different backgrounds. Sometimes you might see that these two people will marry perfectly, no problems, and maybe this other person married this other person before and they were having issues. Might be backgrounds, mentality differences, and that's why some people get divorced based on irreconcilable differences. So please know that difference before you marry, because it's difficult. I know they no finish, but just try. And above all, believe in God.
All right, thank you very much. We really enjoyed your time here on Junkyard. So before we go, I have a present for you. Okay, so here we go.
Oh my God! Who day? Nice one. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, thank you very much, guys, and it was a great time on Junkyard with Etinosa on this domestic violence fee. See you next time on Junkyard. Bye. Everyone loves a good laid-back show associated with good tea and awesome conversations. It is going to be a breath of fresh air as we discuss everything and anything. Welcome to my Junkyard, a hub of random, honest conversation with amazing personalities. Catch us every Wednesday on my YouTube channel. I think this is where you give this video a thumbs and subscribe. It is going to be a vibe with your number one high priestess. Yo!
Who day?
Who dey? Stop playing.